On the last episode, we prepared for our motorbike journey.
We got absolutely pissed the night before we had to leave.
And Kappa got us bogged twice.
Brett rode the clutch.
I didn't fucking ride the clutch, dude.
The trip was cut short in Yarrawonga. Brett brushed his teeth with Voltaren.
I thought it was toothpaste, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go. So, we wake up 9:30 sharp.
No, you woke up at 9:30 sharp. The appointment was at 9:30.
And man, it's country time, 9:30, 10:30, it's the same thing.
I looked up when a car wash would be open.
Yeah.
So we could wash the bikes off so the mechanic could see them.
Mate, don't worry about washing the bike. Worry about cleaning the carpet with all the crap you left on it.
Brett got up at 9:29.
Mate, I'm on a holiday time. I've had a tropical Palmer. I've had a few schooners. I'm relaxed.
Just getting ready for the big ride, are you, Brady?
Yep. And also, I've got complete faith that when we rock up to Stewie the mechanic, he's going to fix it within 2 minutes and we're going to be back on the road and we're going to make a great time.
We are loaded up. It's day 2. We are heading to the mechanic. So hopefully we get some fucking good news, Nick. But I don't know, you confident?
No. So we get to Stuart's motorbike shop in Yarrawonga. First thing he says, what are two young blokes like you riding bikes like this? These are not dirt bikes.
These are adventure bikes for old men, for fat old men. And we're like, well, we're kind of both fat, so it's still okay. But the worst part was we thought it was going to be, like, he didn't have any clutch plates on him. But one of the most embarrassing things was he just loosened one of the cables and goes, that will get you there. Took it for a test ride. Perfect.
Yeah, it's not slipping now. It's holding.
Brett was back nearly to top speed.
Nearly top speed. I can get to 80 without it slipping, and 80 was good enough. So we hit the road. We can't afford anything else. I did stop for breakfast. I did one of the bacon and egg.
I know.
roll.
I was gonna fucking kill him. I was gonna kill him. I was like, man, we have got to get to this gig.
Yeah, but if
we are running behind.
Once I'm fully fueled, then I can ride for days. You know?
What we'd done is we'd called ahead in Dubbo, and they said, we'll get the clutch plates sent to Dubbo.
Perfect.
So it was perfect plan.
Yes.
We'd do the gig, set the clutch plates up the next day, take off from Dubbo at lunchtime, everything's done.
Perfect. Nothing more can go wrong. So we started hitting the road.
Love seeing all these trees sticking out of the river. It's just so cool, you know. We broke down, we got stuck in Yarrawonga, but with a view like this, I'm kind of happy we did, you know.
Well, don't quote me on this, but I think we have about 400 and something to do. Either way, it's 6 hours of riding to this gig, and I reckon if all goes to plan, we should get there an hour before the gig, hopefully.
We have got to get to this gig. We are running behind.
I noticed that Nick's number plate was kind of hanging off to the side. So I rode up to the side of him. I'm beeping away, I'm flashing my lights, I'm trying to signal him.
He's already taken 2 dumps and had breakfast. What could he be stopping for now? I'm not going to stop. And then I'm like, all right, this looks like an emergency. I thought he was going to die or something. He goes,
Your number plate's fallen off. No, it's the when I waved you off, it was still on then.
Oh, so it's falling off just now.
Yeah.
It's in the bush. And I said, well, it's got to be in this 200-metre stretch.
Yeah.
So we've got to find your number plate. You can't ride without a number plate.
Apparently it's around here somewhere. Don't know where the fuck.
Fucking number plates. What's even worse, one of little big fucking shit.
So we start looking through this bush. You ride back, and I was like, there's no way. There's so much dense scrub all around. I was like, there's no way in hell we're going to be able to find this number plate.
There's a lot of long grass here.
How the fuck are we gonna find anything in this shit?
It's like at the 15-minute mark, I'm about to give up, and then I see a little flicker.
Hey, Gapper! I got it! Yes!
You found it! Yes!
Fuck you, world! No one can take us down! Ready for the win!
It was such a relief. I couldn't believe it.
I was so excited. Like, it really uplifted me that, you know, I think I was past the point where my hangover had gone.
Yeah.
So we go to put your number plate back on, and then I notice now your luggage rack has come off.
I was like, why is that loose? Missing a nut there. That one's fucking loose. Jesus Christ. Fucking day for it.
I'd given the bike a bit of a service.
Yeah.
You know, I took it for a service, but the bloke said the air filter had the biggest hole in it ever. There's probably bits of air filter in the top of your piston.
Oh,
and I was
God.
like, well, that's a problem I got to deal with later. And he's like, oh, your little runabout town, is it? I'm like, no, I'm riding to Queensland.
I'm doing 50,000 Ks in it, you know?
So the bolts are all falling out of the side of my racks. We continue on. We get to Coolum.
I don't know if I've ever been here before. Seems pretty nice.
I see a servo, and I'm like, cool, that'll have some bolts.
I did get fired up again because this is classic Nick. He sees a service station that he assumes would have nuts and bolts, but directly next to it was the world's biggest shed that said nuts and bolts. It was a nuts and bolts specialty shop, but yet you still went to the service station to the left of it. So I just start screaming at you through my helmet.
One thing about Brett is he knows how to yell. The one man that can yell above a motorcycle engine and you can still hear him. Yeah, he's right though. I think this will be good.
We got into the nuts and bolts shop, and this guy has a warehouse full of nuts and bolts. I go, hey mate, how much for all these? He's like, mate, they're free.
And the guy couldn't even be fucked looking it up, so he just gave it out for free. He goes, yeah, mate, I'm not looking that up, just take it.
Then we're back on the road.
We're back on the road. We went to Lockhart, pretty funny place. It had the most beautiful mural on the silo. But the problem was there was the biggest tree covering the mural.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what I was happy about, next to the tree was a public toilet, so I got to go again. So that's 3 for the day.
Stop again. Cannot believe it. Guys, we're in Lockhart. It's really nice little country town. It's got all the stuff the country town's got. It's got like 2 palm trees just to show, hey, tropical feel, like welcome to Santa Monica.
Ooh, exotic.
Yeah, exotic. It is, by this time, very cold, and it's not even nightfall.
It is freezing. It's the most cold I've ever been. I got no windshield.
Oh my God, it's so fucking cold.
We thought, oh, Melbourne's is going to be as cold as it gets. It is nothing compared to the Riverina.
Oh, it's not even cold, it just burns your body. So we had to pull over and we got a coffee at this nice place.
This looks like a good place to stop, I reckon.
It was one of the best coffees I've ever had.
I can't believe it.
And then they got us, was it 2 bagels or 2 toasted sandwiches?
Oh, it was so nice.
Man, the guy at the cafe was the nicest guy alive, and he was like, I can't believe you guys are riding around in this. What are you, crazy?
And then while I'm eating my toasty, Brett just takes off.
Yeah.
I'm like, he's gone again somewhere.
Yeah, I'll probably need to go to the bathroom again.
Yeah.
No, what I was actually planning to do, I saw a shop down there, and because it was still COVID, so I don't know if you could enter shops or what was happening, or I think I was wet, so I didn't want to go in. So I just yelled to the shop guy, I said, mate, have you got any like a tracksuit or whatever. And then he comes up, he puts the pay pass thing there, and I click it, and I was like, did I just spend $190 on a tracksuit?
He comes back in this
Christ.
full Adidas tracksuit.
I look gangster.
He looked gangster. I call Muddy.
Yep.
And Muddy's like, hey man, you're definitely not going to make it here in time for
No.
the gig. He's like, what we're going to do is we're going to push it back an hour.
Yes,
Had it
that
at
makes
7:30. Let's make it 8:30.
8:30.
Okay, so I'm like, all right, mate, let's go. In between Temora and Forbes was awesome. We took this back road. The sun is setting. We're passing each other. It was so cool, man. I was like, this is what it's all about. You
It
know?
was beautiful. Like the sun was going down. It was this epic shot.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, it starts getting colder. It goes to dark.
It's raining again, which is great.
There was bush either side of us.
So I was like, man, I don't want to see a kangaroo.
No.
I don't want to be having to hit the brakes, because even if I had to hit the brakes, I don't think I could move my fingers in quick enough time.
Yeah,
They were
yeah.
just frozen.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, man, yeah.
And also, I still think about this. I don't know why you were leading. Your bike on your XT is like a candlelight.
Yeah.
It does absolutely nothing. I've got a big LED thing with 2 flood panels.
Yeah.
And for some reason, I was behind you.
Brett looked like a UFO from
Yeah.
a mile away. It was scary because in a car, you're at least a bit safe. On a bike, if a roo jumps out, you're basically dead. You're dead. But I was like, if we can just make it to the highway.
Yep, we're
If we
safe.
can just make it to the highway, we're safe. We get to the highway.
We pulled up at a service station.
Yeah.
Nick went in and spoke to the guy. We filled
Yeah.
up. I had to go, believe it or not, I had to go to the bathroom again. I don't know, maybe it was a bacon and egg roll from the morning. It was the 4th time I had to go to the bathroom. And I could tell Nick was already angry at me because I had all my full gear on, motorcycle gear. So to get onto the toilet, I kind of had to, my legs were locked and I kind of had to fall onto the toilet, but I couldn't get back up off the toilet. So I had to kind of Spider-Man my way up. It took me like 15 minutes and I saw the look on your face and I was like, oh, I'm the angry one, am I? I was like, Nick is gonna knock me out.
I was like, hurry up. Like, we were running late for the gig.
And you're
Brett
holding-
disappears again. The reason why I was holding 2 sausage rolls
Yeah.
is because I went in there, I was talking to this guy, and he looked at me like I was a war hero. He's like, what, you riding in this? I'm like, yeah.
A couple of bad boys.
I was like, yeah, I'm riding in this. He looked very scared.
Yeah.
He was like, are you sure you want to ride in this? Man, you should stop.
I was like, man, I don't know if you know, we've got upwards of 18 people to perform to.
Yeah.
So we've got to get there. We don't want to let them down.
We just decide to get on our bikes, and old mate comes out with 2 sausage rolls, and it's kind of like he's giving it to us like it's the Last Supper.
And
Like,
the best part was he was so nice, give us these 2 sausage rolls. Nick takes one bite and then throws it in the bin. I was
Yeah.
like, mate, at least hide it in the bin so he can't see it.
Yeah.
I was like, this guy probably comes out and he gives us our final meal and he goes, what a bunch of ungrateful guys. But then 10 more minutes after we hit back the road, I could see why he gave us the sausage rolls for free. I was like, oh, I think I need to go to the bathroom again.
it got so brutal. That was the worst stretch of road I think I've ever ridden on.
It was freezing. Like I still can't describe to you how cold it was, how uncomfortable it was. There's no street lights. Every now and then a truck would come out of nowhere. The wind would
It
hit
would just
you.
shake you, like-
It was raining.
The only way you knew where you were going was the white line on the end of the road.
Yeah.
I wanted to cancel the gig. I really wanted to cancel. Every place, every house, every hotel looked like an oasis. Like,
Yeah.
I just want to pull over.
Oh wow, all these hotels look very, very inviting.
It was the dumbest thing we've ever done.
And
We've
I
done
also-
a lot of dumb things, but that was dumb.
I kind of, because there was no real light besides your headlight and you're in a sea of blackness.
Yeah.
I was getting like disorientated. I was
Yeah.
cold. I was fatigued.
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't know where I was at some stage, and some of the road was a bit windy coming up, and I was kind of losing bearings. Like, it was pretty dangerous. We probably should have stopped in hindsight.
We should have stopped, yeah. But, however, we're just about to give up, saw this Ferris wheel and these lights. The bright lights of Dubbo.
Oh my
We were
Lord.
home, baby. We were gonna get there to the gig. We get to Dubbo, and I kid you not, like, you guys think that because we're comedians, we're over-dramatising things? No, there was a traffic jam in Dubbo. The biggest traffic jam.
At 8:30 at night, there's a traffic jam. Well, we're on motorbikes, so we can kind of get past
Yeah,
it. And then
yeah.
a guy in a Land Cruiser must have saw me coming in the side mirror and gone, oh, if I have to wait, you can too. Yanked the wheel a bit and accelerated and blocked me in. I was like, I'm gonna kill this man.
Anyway, we get around the roundabout. We get through the traffic jam, through the roadworks, and then I take a wrong turn. Had to go through a Woolworths car park. But
I was like, not now, Nick. We can't get lost at the last moment.
We get to the gig. Now, we should explain something here. We should explain that there was a third member of the Wrong Way Round crew.
Yes, there
A
was.
third member, Aidan Jones.
Aidan Jones, we love you, mate.
Aidan said, mate, I know you're going on a country tour. He said, can I come along?
Yeah.
And I'll do some stand-up with you guys.
Yeah, because he wanted to cut his teeth. We love doing country gigs more than anything, but sometimes they're a hard crowd to work and whatever. And he was like, I want to come to country towns. I want to make my set as tight as possible. I want to kill. And we're like, mate, we can't pay you, but we're happy to have you.
Yeah.
What's 18 tickets times $20 divided by... Yeah, we're not doing that.
And I tried to talk him out of it. I was like, man, you're not going to get much money. And he's like, mate, I just want to come along. He hired a car.
Yep.
And he got to Dubbo. Now, he got to the gig before us.
Yep.
So
He wasn't even meant to be emceeing.
I wanted to MC. I've done a lot of country gigs. I thought what I'll do is I'll take a bullet. I'll bring Aidan on so he doesn't have to come onto a baptism of fire. And I'll have Brett end. Great, done.
Done.
However, because we weren't there, Aidan rocks up to the gig and Muddy just says to him, mate, can you do 40 minutes right now?
So it's his first country gig, and we're not even there, and he's doing 40 minutes of stand-up.
So there's a range of possibilities that could be in our heads. Number one, it was raining. A lot of people might not have turned up. 18 people, not that many people.
No.
Could be in a huge room and they could be dead. Or we could walk into a huge crowd eating Aidan alive.
Yes.
Destroying him. Okay?
Yeah, him crying on stage, going, why did I do this?
However, we walk in, we've got all of our gear on us.
Yep.
The crowd is laughing. Aidan is killing.
Aidan is killing up there. We walk in. He's like, the boys are here.
Everyone cheered when we walked in. Could not believe it.
I ignored Aidan, the audience, and went straight to the bar. I was like, give me a beer now. I cannot deal with this.
We made it, man. I could see, Brett, you were visibly distressed.
I was distressed?
You were so angry and distressed. But when you had that beer...
The twinkle came back in my eye. The baby had his bottle. I was happy. I was back to loving life. You get on stage, you have a great set. I have a great set.
Yes. Oh, man, it is such a relief to be here. I never thought I would love to see Dubbo, but I love it, you know. After riding in the dark, in the rain, you're like, oh, yeah. Even Peak Hill was good. You know? I was like, hell yeah, Peak Hill, I'm alive.
The crowd's awesome. The numbers go from like 18 to like what felt like 60 or 70 people. It was an awesome crowd. We all had an awesome show. We had a few more schooners.
Yeah.
Then we head back to his house.
Yeah, we get back to Muddy's house and we run out of beers. So Muddy says, hey mate, I went out with this girl for like 10 years and her dad gave me this real expensive bottle of wine and he says, don't open it until you marry my daughter.
Yeah. And obviously they never got married, and that was the last drop of alcohol in the house.
Yeah.
So of course, we cracked that bad boy open. I didn't realise at the time, Aidan, he wasn't drinking. He's given up the booze, which is an awesome thing, and I know how hard it can be. So I turned to him and said, mate, do you want to have a glass of red wine? He's like, nah, I'm done with the booze. I turn to you and you go, nah, I don't really like red wine. I was like, shut the hell up and drink this. Next thing we know, we kind of get through most of it, I think. It was
Yeah.
pretty bad.
Yeah.
I think it was, honestly, it tasted like vinegar. It was definitely off, but it was the only thing we had.
Yeah, but it was worth $1,000 and about 10 years old, so
Yeah.
who cares? That's what we're going to brag about. And then we walked around with Muddy and I looked at all these cool cars.
I went to bed. I was done.
We had to get up the next day and make sure that those clutch plates would arrive at the Dubbo motorbike shop.
Yep.
We'd go put the new clutch plates in. We'd be out of the way by lunchtime.
And as per usual, I was up bright and early.
In the next episode, the boys continue their search for the clutch plates.
Brett blows the anger meter apart and does 2 shits.
It was 3. We meet up with Kappa's brother, the Iceman.
We meet 2 fans who talk about the return of Tui's Extra Dry Platinum coming back.
And Kappa eats pork again.
Oh yeah.